So what are the topics we discussed in the yesterday session? Can anyone figure out those?
Software,
Hi.
types of software, software quality, software testing, uh,
Why do we need testing?
why do
Why
we
we
need
are
testing?
doing testing job?
Why the
Now,
software
why the
testing has
software testing
bugs?
has bugs? Difference between project and product.
Product.
Okay, okay, good. So today we are going to see the class number 2. Seems you guys are able to see the screen which I'm sharing, right? Able to see the document? Please respond.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. So today we are going to see total four topics. The first one is what is meant by SDLC and their models. You guys already know what is meant by software development lifecycle, which I already explained in the demonstration. And under the SDLC, how many types of models are there? What are the categories? Okay. Waterfall model and spiral model are also one of the models from the SDLC models. And what are their advantages and disadvantages? What is the difference and definition of the service and product based companies? Okay, these are the four topics we are going to see in the today's session. Okay, the first one is about the software development life cycle. It is a procedure to develop a software. For example, if you want to do any dish on the occasion of particular festival, you should follow some procedure to do it, right? So if you want to do a dum biryani, there is a separate procedure for it. If you want to do a joint biryani, there will be a separate procedure for it. In similar way, to develop a software, we are having a procedure. That procedure is called it as a that process is called it as a software development life cycle. Okay, it is a process of creating the systems or software. Is nothing but creating a product or project by using the models and methodologies that people use to develop these systems. Okay, we are having different set of models or methodologies in the software development life cycle based on the project and based on the customer and what the customer is looking for. Based on these attributes, we are going to select a model to develop a software. Okay, any STLC should result in the high quality system that meets or exceeds customer expectations and reaches within the time, cost estimates, work effectively and efficiently, and is inexpensive to maintain and cost effective to enhance. What he is telling in this point is whatever model you use, it's not a matter, but that model should result in the high quality software that meets the customer satisfaction, customer expectation within the time, within the budget, within the work, and it should be inexpensive to maintain the product. That's what he is telling how to choose the model for the project. Mainly, we are having two types of models. The first one is sequential model. Second one is iterative model. In sequential, we are having set of models, but mostly we people are using this. The old model this is the new model. Waterfall model is also called it as a traditional model, and V is nothing but verification and validation model. And coming to the iterative, we are having three models: spiral models, agile model, and protocol prototype models. Out of 100%, 90% of the companies are using the agile methodology. I think you may hear this term as well before, I think. Okay, so mostly concentrate on the agile methodology, but you should know the before previous generation models as well. That's the reason I kept the waterfall, spiral, and V model and all these models in the material, because if you want to know any new thing, you should know what past happened for that, right? But that reason I'm going to put all these models. The mostly people are using the agile methodology. Mostly people are using the agile methodology. So here different procedures or models are available to develop a software. Namely, the first one is waterfall model. First one is waterfall model. I already told you that waterfall model is also called it as a tradition model, and waterfall model is a sequential design process. Here you can see waterfall model is a sequential design process. Mainly having two types of models: sequential and iterative. In sequential, we are having two examples: waterfall and V model. In iterative, we are having two examples: spiral, agile, and prototype model. Okay. So here it is a sequential design process often used in the SDLC in which the progress is seen as falling steadily downwards. I hope most of you people or see the waterfalls, either it may be in the real or else in the movies or else in the videos, wherever it is. You may see the waterfalls, right? So whenever waterfall fall from top to bottom, will it revert back?
No, sir.
It's not possible, right? In similarly, that is a disadvantage here. First of all, in our software development life cycle, the first procedure is requirement analysis. Okay, that requirement analysis is taken as a two steps in this model: requirement collection and feasibility analysis. After that, we are doing the design. After that, we are doing the coding. After that, we are doing the testing. After that, we are doing the installation is nothing but deployment. After that, we are doing the maintenance. This is the software development life cycle phases. But what he is telling is the waterfall model progress is there in the steadily downwards is nothing but once this requirement collection is completed, then only it will go to the analysis. Once this analysis is completed, then only the design will be started. Once the design is completed, then only we are going to do the coding. Once the coding is completed, then only it will be the testing. One advantage for the waterfall model is before going to the next step, we should complete the previous step completely. That is very good analysis for it. So if you are doing to the feasibility study is nothing but you are done with the requirement analysis. If you are doing to the design is nothing but you are done with the feasibility analysis. If you are doing the coding is nothing but you are done with the design. Okay. But what the main disadvantage here is, for example, now you guys are doing the coding. As per the customer requirement, they changed their design. They changed their design. So will it possible to change it back again as it is a steadily downwards from top to bottom? Like take an example of waterfall model. For example, let's take this is the waterfall model. Waterfall A step, B step, C step, D step, E step, F step. Like that, there will be steps. The water falls from C step to D step. The water which falls from C to D, will it revert back to the C? Is it possible?
No, sir.
No, in similar way here also, even if you want to change the design of the project, once the coding is started, you should start from scratch again. From requirement collection onwards, you have to start from starting again. It's a huge time loss, huge maintenance loss, huge price will be happen. That is the major disadvantage for the waterfall model. Okay, but here you should know who will do the requirement analysis, who will do the feasibility study, who will do the design, who will do the coding, who will do the testing, who will do the installation, who will do the maintenance. These are the points you should know. Requirement collection is nothing but it's done by the business analyst and a product analyst. Business analyst and product analyst. Their work is to gather the requirements and transfer the business language into the software language. Okay, the customer tell the project requirements as per the business language. That business analyst and a product analyst, what they will do, they will convert the business language into the software language. Okay, and after that feasibility study is done by the project managers, business analysts, architects, finance, HR. These are the five people having to check the feasibility. Okay, what type of feasibilities they are checking majorly? They are going to check majorly these three feasibilities: technical feasibility, financial feasibility, resource feasibility. Is nothing but technical feasibility is nothing but the technology what we have in our company is enough to start that project or not. That is called technical feasibility. Okay, if not, we need to recruit, right? That recruitment feasibility is called as a resource feasibility. It was taken by the HR, human resource. And next one is finance feasibility. Finance feasibility is nothing but the budget what we are taking from the company customer is enough to do a project with the margin or not. We are going to check the financial feasibility as well. Getting my point?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
And here you can see project manager is nothing but the manager who manages the project. Business analyst is nothing but they are taking the requirements from the customer. Finance is nothing but they will take care about all financial what I can say financial categories of that company. HR is nothing but human resources for recruits. But who are architect? Is a person who tells the whether product can be developed and if else, then which technology is best suited to develop it. Okay, architect ante evarante ఆ product ని డెవలప్ చేయగలమా, if చేయగలమా, చేయగలిగితే విచ్ టెక్నాలజీ ఇస్ బెస్ట్ సూటెడ్ టు డెవలప్ ఇట్. ఒకవేళ ఇన్ కేస్ మనం ఆ ప్రాజెక్ట్ చేయగలిగితే ఏ టెక్నాలజీ బెస్ట్ సూట్ అవుతుంది డెవలప్ చేయడానికి అని చెప్పేది ఆర్కిటెక్ట్. ఓకే, and we are done with the feasibility. Requirement collection is done, feasibility study is done. What is the next process? Design. Two stages of design is there. The first one is HLD, second one is LLD. I already told you in the previous class on the demonstration time what is meant by high level design and what is meant by low level design. High level design is nothing but it was done by the architects and senior developers. Okay, for example, if you take an example of that apartment, in the initially in a high level design they will show how the elevation of that apartment looks like. That's it. In low level design they will provide what is the measurements of the rooms, what is the measurements of the bedrooms, what is the measurements of the hall, what is the measurements of the washrooms, what is the measurements of the kitchen, balcony. All the measurements will be given by the low level design. Since you got it now, high level design is nothing but how that application interface looks like, project interface. But low level design is nothing but in that interface, is there any login page, is there any credentials for it, and is there any logo for it, is there any features for it. In-depth design is called as a low level design, high level design is called as a HLE. High level design is done by the architecture and senior developers, and LLD is done by the, here you can see, senior developers. Okay, and next one, what is the next one after design?
Coding.
Coding is done by all the developers, seniors, juniors, freshers, and everyone. Okay, once coding is done, immediately testing will be started. It was done by the test engineers. The process of checking for all defects and rectifying it. Once the testing is done, we are going to start installation. Is nothing but deployment into the cloud servers. అప్పుడు వరకు మీ ల్యాప్టాప్ లో ఉన్న ప్రాజెక్ట్ అంతా కూడా పబ్లిక్ వెళ్తుంది, సో ఎవ్రీ వన్ కెన్ యాక్సెస్ ఇట్. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ ఇన్స్టాలేషన్. మెయింటెనెన్స్ అంటే ఒక్కసారి మనం లైవ్ చేసిన తర్వాత ఇఫ్ దెర్ ఈస్ ఎనీ ఇష్యూస్ ఇన్ దట్ అప్లికేషన్, అగైన్ the customer escalated that project team, and the project team will take care about that, and they will fix the bugs and all the things is comes under the maintenance part. Okay, and what's the difference between service based and product based company? Here nothing more to discuss. Yesterday we discussed the project versus product, right? The companies which works on based on the projects, then it is called as a service based companies. The companies which provides the products and they self and they will sell to the multiple customers is called as a product based companies. Here you can see they provide the service and develop software for other companies. Here market this, develop the software for other companies, but here they develop the software for themselves and they will sell it to the other companies. Here you can see, and sell it to many companies which may need the softwares, make profit for themselves. A service ante వాళ్ళు వేరే కంపెనీకి దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు డెవలప్ ఎ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ లైక్ TCS, Cognizant, Capgemini, all these things. బట్ ప్రొడక్ట్ బేస్డ్ కంపెనీ అంటే ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళే ఒక ప్రొడక్ట్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకుని వాళ్ళు మార్కెటింగ్ చేసుకుని దే ఆర్ గోయింగ్ టు సెల్ ఇట్. అమెజాన్ అలెక్సా ఇస్ దేర్, AWS cloud services will be there. All these things are called as a product based companies. Clear about the service and product?
Yes, more clear than yesterday.
Okay, cool. So this is the same like waterfall structure కింద మీకు ఇచ్చారు అర్థం కావాలని అంతే. Nothing more to discuss on this image. Same thing here. Requirement analysis, design, implementation, testing, deployment, maintenance. కన్ఫ్యూజ్ కావద్దు, ఒక్కోసారి డిప్లాయ్మెంట్ అని ఇస్తారు, ఒకసారి ఇన్స్టాలేషన్ అని ఇస్తారు, ఇక్కడ ఇంప్లిమెంటేషన్ అని ఇస్తారు, కోడింగ్ అని ఇస్తారు. డోంట్ కన్ఫ్యూజ్ ఇట్. ఓకే, రిక్వైర్మెంట్ అనాలిసిస్ ని 2 స్టెప్స్ కింద రాసుకోవచ్చు. రిక్వైర్మెంట్ కలెక్షన్ అండ్ ఫిజిబిలిటీ అనాలిసిస్, ఆర్ ఎస్ రిక్వైర్మెంట్ అనాలిసిస్ అంటే ఇట్స్ ఇంక్లూడ్స్ బోత్. Okay, don't confuse on the image. And when to use the SDLC waterfall model? ఎప్పుడు మనం SDLC waterfall model ఏ సిచ్యువేషన్ లో we are going to use this? రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ ఆర్ నాట్ చేంజింగ్ ఫ్రీక్వెంట్లీ, అంటే రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ కాన్స్టెంట్ గా ఉండాలి. ఒకసారి రిక్వైర్మెంట్ కస్టమర్ ఇచ్చాడంటే నో ఛాన్స్ టు చేంజ్ అన్నట్టుంటే దెన్ యూ కెన్ గో విత్ వాటర్ ఫాల్ మోడల్. అండ్ అప్లికేషన్ ఈజ్ నాట్ కాంప్లికేటెడ్ అండ్ బిగ్ అప్లికేషన్స్ కి మనం వాటర్ ఫాల్ మోడల్ అప్లై చేయలేము. ఎందుకంటే కష్టపడి ఒక 50% అప్లికేషన్ డెవలప్ చేసిన తర్వాత యాజ్ పర్ ద మార్కెట్ స్ట్రాటజీస్ ఏమైనా డిజైన్ చేంజ్ అయిందంటే యూ షుడ్ స్టార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ స్క్రాచ్ అగైన్. ఓకే, ప్రాజెక్ట్ షుడ్ బి షార్ట్, రిక్వైర్మెంట్ షుడ్ బి క్లియర్, environment should be stable, and technology and tools used are not dynamic and is stable, and resources are available and well trained, then only we are going to use the waterfall model. Here you can see some of the advantages and disadvantages of this waterfall model here. Advantages is before the next phase of development each phase must be completed. This one already discussed, right? Next phase కి వెళ్ళే ముందు కంపల్సరీ బిఫోర్ ఫేజ్ కంప్లీట్ అయి ఉండాలి, అది అడ్వాంటేజెస్. బట్ ఒక్కసారి ఫేజ్ దాటిన తర్వాత బిఫోర్ ఫేజ్ లో ఏమైనా ఎర్రర్ వచ్చిందంటే ఇట్స్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్ టు ఫిక్స్ ఇట్. ఎర్రర్ క్యాన్ బి ఫిక్స్డ్ ఓన్లీ డ్యూరింగ్ ద ఫేజ్. వన్స్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ దట్ ఫేజ్ వెళ్ళిపోయిందంటే, అవుట్ ఆఫ్ దట్ స్టెప్ కిందకి వచ్చిందంటే వాటర్, ఇట్స్ నాట్ పాసిబుల్ టు ఫిక్స్ ఇట్. దట్ ఈస్ ద డిసడ్వాంటేజ్. సూటెడ్ ఫర్ స్మాల్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ అండ్ వైస్ వర్సా. ఈ అడ్వాంటేజెస్ కన్నీ కూడా ఆపోజిట్ సెంటెన్సెస్ ఇస్ క్వాలిటీ యాజ్ ఎ డిసడ్వాంటేజెస్. ఓకే, ఇట్ ఈస్ నాట్ డిజైర్డ్ ఫర్ కాంప్లెక్స్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్స్ అండ్ దే షుడ్ పెర్ఫార్మ్ క్వాలిటీ టెస్ట్ బిఫోర్ కంప్లీటింగ్ ఈచ్ స్టేజ్. Okay, ప్రతి స్టేజ్ లో దే ఆర్ డూయింగ్ ద వెరిఫికేషన్ అండ్ వ్యాలిడేషన్, అండ్ టెస్టింగ్ పీరియడ్ కమ్స్ క్వైట్ లేట్ ఇన్ ద డెవలప్మెంట్ ప్రాసెస్. Okay, because they are doing step by step verification and validation, and elaboration document is done at every phase and it takes so much time. Can anyone tell the difference between the verification and validation? Can anyone? A generic meaning it was. Can anyone? No one? A generic meaning. What we are calling it as verification in English, what we call it as a validation in English. Verification is nothing but we are checking the each phase in the document whether we given the correct information or not. For example, I will tell one thing. A traffic police will there. If the traffic police will stop, they will check all those things, right? Like license, pollution check certificate. They ask all those things. That is called verification. They just ask it whether we are having those or not. That is called verification. Validation is nothing but they will check the name which is in this license, the name which is in the pollution check is ours or not, which belongs to that vehicle or not. That is called validation. Okay. Next one is project is completely dependent on the project team with minimal client intervention. So ఇందులో client intervention అనేది ఉండదు. సో అందువల్లే client feedback cannot be included. And any changes in the software is made during the process. ఏ changes చేయాలన్నా software లో during the phase of process లో మాత్రమే ఉంటుంది. After that we can't do it. Small changes or errors that rise in the completed software may cause a lot of problem. అట్లా చేంజ్ చేయడం వల్ల, చేంజ్ చేయలేకపోవడం వల్ల by the end of the project we are going to see many bugs. That is called waterfall model. Clear about the waterfall model? Any doubts on it?
No, sir.
Waterfall model is a traditional model and it follows the sequential process. And here spiral model is a iterative approach. Here you can see these notations carefully. Here RA is nothing but I am going to divide an entire application into the 4 modules. The modules are A, B, C, D. A, B, C, D. Okay. So here what they are telling is module A requirements is called as a RA. Module A design is called as a DA. Module A coding is called as a CA. Module A testing is called as a TA. In similar way for the B module RB, DB, CB, TB. In similar way for module C RC, DC, CC, TC. In similar way for module D RD, DD, CD, TD. Here you can see. Similarly RB, RC, RD, DB, DC, DD, CB, CC, DD, TB, TC, DD. Okay. In spiral model, the software product is developed in the small modules. ఒక అప్లికేషన్ ని ఒక పీసెస్ ఆఫ్ ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ కింద స్ప్లిట్ చేసేసి we are going to develop in the format of the splits. Let us consider the figure shown below in the developing a software product X. X is built by integrating the A, B, C and D Here the module A is nothing but requirements of the module is collected first, then the module is designed, then the coding of module A is done, after which is tested for the defects and bugs. అంటే యాక్చువల్గా ఏంటంటే మనం ఏబిసిడి అని డిజైన్ చేసాం కదండి. ఏ మాడ్యూల్ కి ఎస్డిఎల్సి అంతా కూడా మనం అప్లై చేసేస్తున్నాం. ఎస్డిఎల్సి అంటే రిక్వైర్మెంట్ గ్యాదర్ చేస్తున్నాం, ఏ మాడ్యూల్ కి డిజైన్ చేస్తున్నాం, కోడింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం, టెస్టింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం. చేసిన తర్వాత బి మాడ్యూల్కి వెళ్ళి బి మాడ్యూల్లో మళ్ళీ రిక్వైర్మెంట్స్ కలెక్ట్ చేస్తున్నాం, డిజైన్ చేస్తున్నాం, కోడింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం. బట్ టెస్టింగ్ వచ్చేసరికి ప్రొసీజర్ మారుతుంది. మనం బి మాడ్యూల్ టెస్టింగ్ చేసేటప్పుడు ప్రొసీజర్ ఏంటంటే ఫస్ట్ బి మాడ్యూల్ టెస్ట్ చేస్తాము, తర్వాత బి ఏతో ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేసిన తర్వాత టెస్ట్ చేస్తాము, తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఏ టెస్ట్ చేస్తాము. ఓకే, టెస్టింగ్ లో అనేది ప్రొసీజర్ మారుతుంది. మళ్ళీ అగైన్ సి లో కూడా రిక్వైర్మెంట్, డిజైన్, కోడింగ్ అంతా కూడా సేమ్. బట్ అగైన్ టెస్టింగ్ లో మళ్ళీ చేంజ్ అవుతుంది. టెస్టింగ్ లో ఏం చేంజ్ అవుతుంది, ఏబిసి మాడ్యూల్స్ అనేవి ఇండివిజువల్ గా టెస్ట్ చేస్తాము, తర్వాత సిబి ఇంటిగ్రేషన్, సిఏ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్, ఏబి ఇంటిగ్రేషన్, ఈ మూడు ఇంటిగ్రేషన్లు చెక్ చేస్తాం. గెటింగ్ మై పాయింట్? Hello?
Yes, sir.
You guys getting what I'm telling?
Yes, sir.
Here you can see, if you see the diagram, you will get a clear idea. As I said, this is the spiral and iterative approach. In the first iteration, we are having the A module. Second iteration, we are having the B module. Third iteration, we are having the C module. And fourth iteration, we are having the D module. By that, you can see how it came under coding, testing, and requirement collection and design. Here, what are the advantages of spiral model? Software is produced early in the software life cycle, and the risk handling is one of the important advantages. Is nothing but risk handling is nothing but if you are testing that module these many times is nothing but we will found more bugs initially and we can fix it to provide the quality product to the customer. Okay, and flexibility in the requirements, it is good for large. Here you can observe one thing, what are the disadvantages are there in the waterfall model becomes the advantages in the spiral model. It is good for the customer satisfaction, strong approval and documental control. It is suitable for high risk projects. But then what is the disadvantage? It is not suitable small project. ఎందుకంటే చిన్న ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ కి ఇన్నిసార్లు టెస్ట్ చేస్తే బడ్జెట్ ఎక్కువైపోతుంది, రిసోర్స్ ఎక్కువ అవసరం ఉంటుంది. If it is big project, then it's fine, you should do the proper testing, right? So as it is expensive if it is a small project, and it is much more complex than other SDLC model. Compare with other models తో చూసుకుంటే కొద్దిగా కాంప్లెక్స్ ప్రాసెస్, ఎందుకంటే దీస్ మెనీ టైమ్స్ టెస్టింగ్ చేస్తున్నాం కాబట్టి. Too much dependable on risk analysis and requires high specific expertise and difficulty in time management. Spiral may go on indefinitely and end of the project may not be known early. It is not suitable for low risk projects and may be hard to define the objects and verifiable designs, large number of intermediate stages. So these all are the disadvantages. Clear about the spiral model? Any doubts on it? Mostly you guys are using the agile model. Okay, don't worry about the other models, but you should know these things as well. What is sequential, what is iterative, why we are using the agile now, why don't we using that spiral and waterfall model. In nowadays also in some companies are using the spiral and waterfall based on the projects they will use, but mostly 90% of the people are shifted to the agile methodology, and now guys are using the DevOps as well. Clear? Any doubts? If you have any doubts, you can ask me now.
Clear. సార్ ఇవి మోడల్స్ గురించి ఇంటర్వ్యూలో అడుగుతారా, లైక్ ఫ్రెషర్స్ కి మాత్రమే అడుగుతారా, లేకపోతే మాన్యువల్ లో 1-2 ఇయర్స్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ పెట్టిన వాళ్ళకి కూడా ఈ మోడల్స్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్, టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ ఇలాంటి క్వశ్చన్స్ వస్తాయా?
లేదండి, యాక్చువల్గా మీకు నాలెడ్జ్ కోసం చెప్పాను. ఎస్టర్డే చెప్పిన క్లాస్లో ఏమి కూడా మీకు ఇంటర్వ్యూలో అడగరు. అడిగితే ఎర్రర్, బగ్, ఫెయిల్యూర్ ఆ డిఫరెన్స్ ఒక్కటి అడుగుతారు. ఈవెన్ ఇఫ్ యూఆర్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్డ్ అయినా ఫ్రెషర్ అన్నా ఎర్రర్ కి, బగ్ కి, ఫెయిల్యూర్ కి డిఫరెన్స్ అనేది పక్కా అడుగుతారు. దే షుడ్ నో ద బేసిక్ నాలెడ్జ్ కాబట్టి. అపార్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ దట్ దే వోంట్ ఆస్క్ ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్ ఇన్ ద ప్రీవియస్ క్లాస్. బట్ ఈ రోజు క్లాస్లో ఏం చెప్తాను, సాఫ్ట్వేర్ డెవలప్మెంట్ లైఫ్ సైకిల్ అంటే ఏంటి. దిస్ ద కామన్ క్వశ్చన్, ఇట్ విల్ బి ఆస్క్డ్ ఫర్ ద ఫ్రెషర్ అండ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ బోత్. If you are applying for the manual testing, even if you are applying for the automation also, it's a basic question, software development life cycle ante enti. Okay, but if you are the fresher, they will ask what type of models are available, list out those models, what is the use of particular model, what is the use of particular model, they will ask like that. But if you are experienced, what they will ask is, they will ask that explain your project in your previous company. Okay, at that time you are explaining your project, right? At that time he will ask which model you used in your previous company. Based on that, you will get the questions. Based on your responses, you will get the questions. For
Okay, if it
experience.
is experienced, they won't ask the each and every model, only what the model we have used in the previous project.
Yes, they will ask that one only, but you should know and you should aware about other models as well. Not sure how the
Oh,
interviewer behavior, right?
okay, okay, sir.
We are not sure how the interviewer behaves at that time. If that person is too odd, then they will ask too many questions. But the mostly they will ask the, for experience, they will ask, tell me about yourself, basic questions, software development life cycle, and explain previous project you worked in previous company. And while you are explaining that company project, they will ask the questions. Many questions they will ask. Okay, in future we are going to teach those things as well. What is severity? What is priority? Give an example for it. What is regression testing? What is retesting? What is sanity testing? What is smoke testing? These things are very, very important, the questions which I asked now. Okay, this is the common questions, like in our BTech core degree, we are having common questions to be come to in every year, right? So in similar way, these are the questions you will get it in every interview. Any more doubts?
Okay, sir.
అంటే సార్ ఇప్పుడు మీరు ఇచ్చే మెటీరియల్ అవన్నీ సరిపోతుందా ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ క్యాండిడేట్కి ఐ మీన్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ ఫేస్ చేయడానికి?
Material ఒక్కటే కాదండి. I am providing two documents. The first documents consist the manual కన్నా మీరు అడిగేది.
బోత్.
Both automation and manual, right?
యా.
Yes, both automation and manual కి ఐఎమ్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ మెనీ మెటీరియల్స్. ఓన్లీ నాట్ ఇప్పుడు మాన్యువల్ కి ఒక పీడిఎఫ్ మెటీరియల్ వస్తుంది. ఆ ఒక్క పీడిఎఫ్ కాకుండా టూ పీడిఎఫ్స్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ రిలేటెడ్ క్వశ్చన్స్, ఒకటి ఇంటర్వ్యూ రిలేటెడ్ క్వశ్చన్, ఇంకొకటి వచ్చి ఇంటర్వ్యూ రిలేటెడ్ టెస్ట్ సినారియోస్ అడిగి టోటల్ త్రీ మెటీరియల్స్ యూఆర్ గెటింగ్ ఫర్ ద మాన్యువల్. అండ్ కమింగ్ టు ద ఆటోమేషన్, త్రీ మెటీరియల్స్ ఫర్ నోట్స్, వన్ మెటీరియల్ ఫర్ ఇంటర్వ్యూ క్వశ్చన్స్, అండ్ టూ మెటీరియల్స్ ఫర్ ద స్క్రిప్ట్స్. Total 7 files are there for the automation and 3 files are there for the manual. Total 10 files I am giving for the manual and automation. These are the more than enough if you gone through all 10 materials.
యా, థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్.
Any other doubts? If not, we'll close the session for the day and we'll meet you all again tomorrow. Okay. Okay, cool. Yes, Manisha, you are asking something?
ఎస్ సార్. సార్ యాక్చువల్లీ నౌ నాకు సివిల్లో ఒక 3 years ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ ఉంది సార్ ముందు. బట్ ఐ
Okay.
వాంట్ టు జాయిన్.
Mute లో ఉన్నారండి మీరు. Unmute
హలో.
చేసి మాట్లాడండి. Yes.
హలో సార్,
You have
వినిపిస్తుందా సార్?
experience of 3 years in
యా,
the civil. You want to
ఇన్
go
సివిల్.
on to the manual or automation, right?
ఎస్ సార్, ఎస్ సార్.
Yes, you can move it very easy. It's not nothing an issue. You don't have
ఈజ్ ఇట్
camp, right?
డిఫికల్ట్? ఈజ్ ఇట్ డిఫికల్ట్ సార్?
Now, initially you can go with the manual and jump into the automation if you feel the difficult that automation. If you fine with the automation also, then you can go with the automation also. It's not a difficult issue. Only 3 years, right? They won't
ఎస్
expect
సార్.
more.
యా, ఓకే. And that too,
Okay.
one small thing is, now I'm a housewife, sir. Actually, I'm not doing any work now, and that too, I'm pregnant now. So, is it correct time to learn the course now?
It's up to you. I can't judge that the current situation is suited for you or not. If you are able to listen the classes, if it is fine for you to listen the classes, then it's fine. It's your decision.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, you have to see that whether you are able to see the recordings at least, even if you are not able to join to the class. As you said that if every day it's not possible to attend for you, right? You may have some reasons. So in that situation, if you are able to cover by seeing the recordings, then it's fine for you to continue. It's not
Yes,
an
sir.
issue. But the learning is important. If you learn today, you can implement that after 1 month as well, right? So that's what I'm telling. First, the knowledge is important. If you have the knowledge, then whenever you have opportunity, you can grab it. If you don't have knowledge and you are looking for the you are looking to learn after getting the opportunity, it's not possible because the competition is very high. We can't learn the manual and automation within the 1 hour 2 hour to learn after getting an opportunity, right? So you have to learn the knowledge and you have to store it in your brain. Okay, clear? Any doubts? Okay, then I'm closing the session for the day. If you have any doubts, please reach out to me. I hope you guys have my number in the groups which is created by your institutes. If you have any doubt, let me know. Have a nice day. Thank you all.